Hi guys, welcome back to Irene Tarot Art. I'm Ren, a full-time artist living with Crohn's disease here in Australia. I hope you're having a great week. I've had a pretty good week and worked on this piece here beside me during the week that I call Shades of Gold. It's an autumn piece which is relatively straightforward with a little bit of detail that went into it, and I really enjoyed working on this one. So you will see the process of that during this video. Instead of filming my out and about adventures this week, even though I did go out to lunch and had friends over for dinner and caught up with Joe and did a few things, but I filmed none of that this week. I thought instead I'm going to film a little bit of a homebody video to show life as an artist, day-to-day basics and what I get up to in a normal week at home. So starting out the week armed with my meal plan, together with Jazz, we headed out and stocked up everything that would be needed for the week. Stocked up the cupboards, the fridge, and then we usually on Mondays will have like a ritual takeaway lunch together, and we watch reality TV and really bond over that. So that's how our week started. And then I was really missing my veg garden, since at this property I can't have a big veg garden as I did at the last one. So I ended up buying a few plants and just planting them in tubs and moving around a few plants that we have existing, just to be able to do a little bit of gardening. And then in the background there's a lot of self-care that goes on. Obviously I've been exercising and doing Pilates and just general day-to-day things that I do. I filmed a little bit of. And then in relation to food, amongst a bunch of other things, this week I made some pork meatballs in white cheese sauce with some couscous. So you'll see that later on in the video as well. And then, yeah, to begin with the week before I started on the painting, there was a bit of rain and we couldn't really get out to do much anyway. So we were hibernating indoors. Watching movies with Jazz, as we do tend to do quite often, watch horrors and thrillers together, and yeah, that's how my week pretty much started. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? You want some popcorn?
Yeah, sheets from you, doesn't she? Popcorn. She plays with it and licks it, but yeah.
Yeah.
She has a fascination. I want to overload it with gold. She says, as she puts it.
That's not much. Oh, come here. There you go. There you go. You sit here. Sit here and watch a movie. I think I actually saw this. I'm not sure, but
Confirm.
Jay oftentimes watches movies with us, or just me as well, but he has a lot of early starts, so sometimes he'll go off to bed early, then Jazz and I end up watching a movie together if she's home. So yeah, but getting started on the painting next, I started with a very simple layer as always. I do the colour blocking, just lay down the colour that goes underneath all of it and cover the canvas basically. Then once I got the brushes done that day, I had a big run and exercise session and a bunch of other things that I had to do. So it was getting pretty late, and Jay and I just ended up getting some local fish and chips. There's a fantastic fish and chips place close by, and just had that for dinner together. Best fish and chips in town.
We've never got one of always gone during the week.
While Jazz has had a little bit of time off and she's got Mondays off at the moment, it's been so great having her come along with me and stock up for, you know, the week of meals that we're going to have. She follows the list and we get everything. We go chemist and fruit shop and grocery shopping, etc. And then we haul it all home, pack it all away, and end up going out to get whatever takeout that we're going to have for lunch that day, and sit down, watch some reality TV, which opens up so many great conversations between us. And yeah, I absolutely love it at the moment having her around. What's after bananas?
Pears. And then bean shoots. You don't need strawberries?
No, I don't. I've still got 2 plants at home.
Oh.
Times 2.
Chicken thighs and red onions.
Trolley 1 done.
Register 3, please.
Okay. Next, chicken.
Yep.
All right, trolley 2. Let's go and pay for it all. Glad that's all done. Now home, pack it all away, and we can finally have lunch. Yum.
Solves cold cases. Turns data into decisions. Get more than a piece of paper. Get a next-gen degree only at Swinburne University.
To start getting into a little bit of detail, I laid in some of the background trees, their trunks, some foliage and some darks, which was a bit of a fun layer. Back at our old rental, when I actually started filming these videos, and in my first few videos there's a lot of veggie garden footage, I had like a full-on veggie garden and I grew pretty much everything in my garden, and I really missed that. And being spring, I thought, why not get a couple tubs and just get a few veggies in, just to be able to feel like I'm still growing a few veggies. I pruned some chilies, I moved some plants around. So yeah, it was nice getting outside and feeling like I'm in the garden for a little bit, in a sense. And then it's not usual for us to get takeaway several times a week for dinner, but because I had a bit of a big day, we ended up getting takeout again. We just got some Thai food with Jay that we really love to get together, and yeah, enjoyed that. Yeah, I think so. I think 3 will do. All right, 4. I think in the other aisle there's more. Yeah, I reckon they're the bumpy ones.
We just do 4.
It'll be okay. Beautiful.
It's very spicy.
The Thai basil.
I like that with their sauce.
It's good, yeah. And then back indoors working on the painting, I ended up adding a little bit more detail to the background, some more foliage, some more darks, giving a little bit of structure to the foreground and how that will sit. Pretty simple layer. Then in the background, there's a lot of self-care things that go on. I've got a really good skincare routine going on at the moment. I'm doing the Pilates, I'm building up the jogging bit by bit, and still going really strong on the cabbage juicing. Did my nails as always because I feel naked without them. So yeah, just those everyday things that, you know, we gotta do. I thought I'll do it the other way around. Instead of light on the tips, I'll do dark on the tips. Fanny pack, got my phone and it records my exercise minutes and heart rate and all the rest on my smartwatch, and yeah, increasing it bit by bit. Here we go. Nearly home now. And I jog again, walk again, jog again, walk again. Try it?
No.
You haven't tried it, have you?
I'm not
Come on,
trying.
even Joe tried it. She's like, here, give me some. Yeah, and she has a sip. She goes, oh. She goes, it's not too bad with the orange juice.
Yeah,
But her face could just
No.
tell a million words without her having to say anything.
I smelt it up close, and that was enough for me.
I used to be really, really lazy with skincare. I didn't take very good care of my skin, but being on immune suppressants for so long and having to wear sunscreen because your body's unable to protect itself from the sun and feeling like I'm getting that little bit older, I've been really, really good with skincare of late. Take really good care of my skin. I put skin firming lotion all over my body. So yeah, it's been good. And then obviously I cook most nights, and there's the mundane tasks like all the cleaning that you have to do throughout the house, and you know, washing sheets and vacuuming and washing and all the usual tasks that we all have to do. But another form of self-care, which I consider self-care at least, is reading for me. I absolutely love reading. I don't do a lot of it. But I do get through quite a few books in a year. Sometimes it'll take me a few days to read one when I'm really, really enjoying it and I've got a little bit more time on my hands. So yeah, so that's another thing that I really enjoy doing. But squeezing in between all the things that have to be done, getting the painting done. The next layer was the big detail layer. This is where all the detail went on the evergreens. The mid-ground bushes, all the rocks in the foreground and the leaves that have fallen, little bit of extra foliage on the trees, so a lot more detail in this layer. This week for a relatively simple meal. It's not as simple as some things I've filmed, but I threw together some pork meatballs in a cheesy white sauce with some couscous, some pepper salad. Absolutely delicious. So yeah, you might like to give this one a go. It's really nice. Alright, so for the pork meatballs, we'll obviously need some minced pork. I'm using a ½ kilo. It serves about 3 people, 4 if you're stingy. I'm adding 3 big cloves of garlic into that, which I've already minced, a small onion minced, that'll go in with the meat, as well as 1 egg, some rosemary, some paprika, generous salt and pepper, and we'll roll those into balls and get them in a pan, and once they're fried, we'll put them in an ovenware dish. So that's the meatballs. And then while the meatballs are cooking and we're turning them regularly, we're going to make some white sauce with some butter, some flour, some Vegeta, some milk. And then once that starts to thicken up, we'll add a little bit of cheese. We'll reserve a little bit of cheese to put on top of our meatballs. And then that will go into the oven. The couscous I've showed you how to make before. Really simple, 3/4 cup of couscous to a cup of liquid, and that serves 2 to 3 people. I'm going to add some good quality chicken stock to that, some garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper once again. Cover that for about 10 minutes while the meatballs get nice and bubbly in the oven, and we'll be ready to go. And while that's bubbling away and while the couscous is percolating, we're going to just throw together a quick pepper salad with some baby tomatoes, couple peppers, some onions, some French dressing, and that'll be it. Now we'll get that nicely worked together and we'll roll them straight into a nice hot pan and they can start frying up. Preheating, so now I've just got to roll them straight in the pan and they can fry on all sides while we make our white sauce. Keep turning your meatballs, you want them to get nice and golden all around. Okay, butter's melted, so we'll go in with some flour and we'll cook that out a little bit until it gets nice and bubbly and starts to get a little bit of colour. Meatballs are looking good. Then into our white sauce we go with some milk. Whisk continuously as you add the milk and then you won't get any lumps. We'll go in with some of the cheese. And that's ready for our meatballs. And on with a little bit of cheese. So add all your flavourings to your couscous and give it a bit of a stir. Then on with a cup of boiling water and we'll cover it with Glad wrap and do our salad while that percolates. That's it. Fluff up your couscous, dress your salad and serve as many meatballs as you like. And enjoy. It was very enjoyable and relatively easy to make. And then all that was left was to finish the painting, which didn't take much work at all. It was really simple, just added some highlights to the evergreens and a little bit to the rocks and a few extra leaves here or there, and that was it for this one. And the other really big part of my everyday life are my two cats, Kimber and Cinnamon. Well, Cinnamon's Jasmine's cat, but they have to get honorary mentions because even when there's nobody around, even when I'm just pottering around doing whatever in the house on my own, I never really feel alone having the two of them follow me around and keep me company. So I absolutely love our cats, and yeah, they're just the best pet to have, a cat. And that's about it for this very basic homebody video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's not exciting footage like hikes and being out and about and doing certain things, but it is part of my everyday life as my art journey continues, you know. Things that go on in the background that usually don't get filmed. And that's about all the footage that I did film this week. Next week I might be working on a spring piece, but I'm not sure. I've got a friend that wants to commission a painting that I might look into starting, but I'm not sure. That's kind of up in the air for now. Yeah, so I hope you'll come and join me next time for whatever it is that I end up doing and whatever adventures that I end up getting up to. And thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please give it a like, a bit of a thumbs up. And come and join me again next time. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great week. And take care of yourself. Thanks, guys. Bye.